Let's talk about regulation, how we can or can't regulate these things. We want to know how regulations or client experiences pushing the industry towards change. What are we keeping up with, or what can we keep up with?
Well, I think the push and the pull, I think, and kudos to EDPA and ESCA and the EIC for saying to their memberships, we're going to take on the task of informing you of what's out there and what you ought to be doing, what you should be thinking about. And let's call that the push. So here we have the industry associations that are pushing their members, trying to get them oriented in a direction towards making the events industry more sustainable. Because without sustainability, we don't have a sustainable business, right? Meaning we can't keep that business alive. And so I see that the associations are pushing, and now we needed the pull. And so we've had several conversations with EDP committee members and people at Access and otherwise who have said, I greatly appreciate what you've done. We're going to take that on board. We're going to look for ways to improve internally, but we're going to wait for somebody to ask for us to do this. Some are being proactive, first to market mover advantage. They want to do this and they're going to do it and make it a point of differentiation. And others are saying, nice to know, we'll put it into our plans, but until somebody asks, we're not going to do something. And so that was the next opportunity that I saw after having written the standards for EDPA, ESCA, and EIC was how do we get the pull? If we think of buyer and seller, if on the EDPA membership we have sellers and they're trying to approach a buying audience and the sellers are saying, hey, I've got this capability, but until you ask for it, I'm not going to deliver on it. We got to get the buy side to step up and recognize that this exists. So we needed to tell the buy side what the EDPA, ESCA, and EIC are telling the sell side. So look, hey, these associations are pushing their members in this direction. If you were knowledgeable of what those associations were doing, could you turn that around into the pull so that you on the buy side start pulling the supply chain along? And so what we did was we took the EDPA, ESCA, EIC guidance and others, the ISO and the net zero and whatnot, and we converted that into RFP language, right? So if I'm an exhibit manager or an event planner and I'm new to the sustainability journey, I don't know where to start. I don't even know what questions to ask except to say, I don't know where to start. Well, now through the exhibitor advocate, as we publish guidance with EDPS and EIC, on the buy side, we did it with exhibitor advocate. And so we have written the RFP language, taking all of the elements of the supply chain and saying, okay, if you're going to shop for hotels, here's what you should ask. If you're going to shop for flooring, here's what you should ask. If you're going to shop for food and beverage catering, this is what you should ask. And put that in your RFPs, send those out, and now let's get the supply chain to recognize here's somebody asking for it. I now need to start thinking about delivering on this. And we took a next step to say, and when you find the person on the sell side that you want to buy from, here's how you convert that RFP language into contract language. And so on the exhibitor advocate, it's called the Sustainability Sourcing Compass. Download the Sustainability Sourcing Compass and then read through that and pick, if you're going to go out and shop something tomorrow, this will give you some information as to what you should be asking for, and then how do you convert that in that ask, not a demand, it's an ask. How do you convert that ask into something that is contractually enforceable going forward?